Hello, I'm James, and tonight's game is Stellaris. There we go. Had a bit of a glitch with the remote I'm using. The audio seems to be better this time. Hopefully it stays that way. And also the game seems to be loading faster. Or perhaps I just jinxed it. Here we go. Dun-dun. Okay. In the contact screen, we see a detailed list of all the various empires we have encountered. Their opinions of us are visible at a glance, and we can quickly and easily engage in diplomacy. Each entry also shows important details, such as government type, ethics, and empire status. From here, we can also access espionage operations and view existing agreements with each empire. Now, let's resume. And speed up again. We have the council agenda ready. Give and take. And the next one will be open arms. And we are beginning a survey of Aculum. Here in Linkirk, we are investigating the Shades.
Ships upgraded.
And this fleet is ready. Whatever is going on here.
These are unknown spacefaring entities. We can learn more about them and maybe even initiate first contact by completing the appropriate special project.
These are spiky blob things. Unknown capabilities. Our technologies still have a ways on them. Okay, it looks like we have a couple of ocean worlds over in Aculum. Someone used a mining laser from orbit approximately 5,000 years ago to carve a large body of writing into the surface of Tius 6. The massive script covers a large portion of the planet's upper hemisphere and appears to be a short story chronicling the difficult life of an alien mercenary. Fascinating. And that means that our researcher can start looking at other anomalies, if we had any.
The victory screen lists certain conditions that we can strive to fulfill to ensure that the legacy of our star nation will endure for as long as there is intelligent life in the galaxy.
We think we ought to start sending a construction ship over here. Build a starbase there. You go back to auto construction. We have migrating pops that will automatically migrate to other worlds. Yet, let's see what happens next.
The expansion banner, we find nearby habitable planets that may present opportunities for colonization. We can build colony ships and issue them orders directly from this screen.
Planets must be surveyed, and any anomalies found on the planet must be researched before the planet can be colonized. The starbase must also be constructed. Mars is a terraforming candidate, as is Proxima B. Is tidal locked. Baculum 4A is a lush. T is 9. It's a terraforming candidate. Okay, what was that? Our researchers have finished investigating the reports of extraordinary, free-floating crystal-like objects observed in the United Nations of Earth system. Their findings are startling. The ship-sized objects and their slightly smaller but equally crystal-like satellites at first appeared inert, but sudden shifts in their orientation relative to our ships and new energy signatures emerging from within the prisms indicate that they might be alive. A fascinating prospect, to be sure, but they should be approached with caution. Our best and brightest are standing by to study these entities. Let's go with crystalline pacification.
Our attempts to establish communications stand testament to our technological ingenuity, but results are lacking. It is likely that the other party possesses only an animal level of intelligence, if any at all.
Okay, let's see here. We can begin that. And resume.
System survey complete.
Yeah, there's that one. Actually, let's direct you over here. I have my reasons. And then we now have another anomaly. By chance, we stumbled upon a faint alien signal during the survey of this moon. The source appears to be a small object in orbit. The signal contains no message. Could it be a distress transponder? Let's research it. Hold a couple of corvettes. And let's get a courier network. We are serving Bera now. Another starbase over there. Actually, let's leap ahead and survey this one. Yeah, the goal is to pinch off all this first. Just in case there's someone up here who would claim it faster. Awareness decreased. They are now back to low awareness.
Research complete.
Okay. Gene clinics. The colonization of alien worlds has opened up an entirely new field of biomedical research. Next up, let's do a xenobiological lab. Interesting. My van is over here. An abandoned life pod was detected in close orbit of Aculum B3A. It is covered in scorch marks, presumably from when the pod's mothership exploded, and preliminary scans suggest it was built more than 5,000 years ago. The crew of the UNS Voyager managed to open the pod, revealing the withered remains of a reptilian alien clad in a resplendent uniform. Clutched in one of its claws was a small picture of another individual from the same race, possibly a mate or revered leader. Capitol building is ready to be upgraded. Yeah, we're a bit low on energy production.
System survey complete.
Okay, and then looks like it's densest over this way. The pre-FTL alien civilization on TUS-4 has harnessed the power of vaporized liquid using the force produced by steam pressure. They have applied the technology to engine design. This has revolutionized their society in more ways than one. Vehicles and machinery making can already be seen in their cities, and the first few factories are appearing. This world would appear to be on the brink of industrializing. An interesting development. They have entered the steam age. The invention of the steam engine has had far-reaching effects on their society, and they stand on the cusp of an industrial revolution. Development focus. Check the Empire Focus tab for a new task. Mineral income. That's good. Starbase module or promote a faction. At the moment, we only have the one. Okay. And then it's promoted, so let's see what comes next. 1,000 food. Finish a special project, which we have in the works. First contact, again. We have made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Iran system. For now, we have codenamed them Whites, until we can find out more about them. If they possess a language, we must decipher it in order to establish communications. Okay. Khalil, let's have you try this again. Let's take a look. What do they look like? Ah, they're surveying something.
System survey complete.
So this one is probably another FTL empire. Okay, let's jump up to this one. That's not good. Consumer goods just dropped. And rat. Okay, let's see what we can do about that. Build a civilian industries. Actually, let's put you back on auto.
Anomaly found.
Okay, let's see what that anomaly is. An invitation. A signal beacon orbits ONA 7. Ah. Another asteroid heading to Tews 4. Interesting. Sure, a lot of them in this galaxy.
Evading hostile fleet.
Okay, so first, a signal beacon orbits ONA 742, beckoning travelers nearer. On the asteroid, a giant metal monolith looms, its purpose unknown. Craig, you go look at that one. Then, let's see, we have a fleet we need to mobilize. Send the second fleet to attack it. Or looks like both our fleets are going to attack. Actually, let's transfer all of these. The asteroid is approaching. Let's hope someone makes it there in time. The Boibos system has been fully surveyed.
Complete.
Interesting. Is that a bug, or... Third fleet needs a leader. Colonization fever. Actually, let's put you back over here. Wasn't expecting that the automation would backtrack like that.
Hostile fleet engaged.
Okay, we have detected a significant White's presence in the Iram system. Although there are no inhabited planets as far as we can tell, a large space installation of some sort orbits the system's primary star. Our elected officials have informed the public that we have most likely stumbled upon an outpost belonging to a previously unknown interstellar civilization. Before we can communicate with them, we'll need to translate their language. The monolith we found on ONA 742 dwarfs the science ship we sent to investigate it. A majestic, smooth slab of metal. The once garish pigment patterns on the front have been reduced to mere flecks. A small power outlet on the machine's side promises its secrets will be unveiled in exchange for a modest sum of energy credits. Let's touch it! The machine stirs, ancient mechanisms clanking behind the smooth facade. After much whining, buzzing, and a dramatic pause, a metallic panel slides back and a ship-sized cylinder rolls out of the machine. The cylinder is empty, its contents long evaporated through a corroding sealing cap. The container itself is still in good shape, though, and the unknown alloy is on par with the metal we use to make our ships. Hey, we've got a bunch of alloys out of it. And that asteroid has been destroyed. Let's head up here, survey this one. Yeah, leave one fleet here. Pull the other one to here. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on with the leader assignment thing. Right, there we go.
Research complete.
Right. No, stop surveying. Return. No. Set out there as a tripwire, I guess. You go survey that. Or survey that. Assembly patterns are complete. Next up, Nebula Refinery. year left on this one. Let's move you over here. Put one of you back on automatic. Okay, we have completed 7K pops. Permanent research option. Enact a planetary decision. Let's see what Earth has. Nothing I want on that one. Centauri Prime. Let's chart out the map as far as we can. Or wait, did we have any anomalies?
Council
No.
agenda ready.
Okay, open arms. Next up, all of them are on cooldown.
Anomaly found.
Ah, there we go. How about you go search it?
System survey complete.
Okay, now. The
Project complete.
The crystalline entities seem to resonate in response to something. one of their few interactions with their environment. The exact nature and wider purpose of this emitted waveform is yet to be ascertained, but for now, our ships can approximate it using rays essentially camouflaging themselves as fellow crystals. Resonant. Actually, no, you go... survey this one. Do we have any other scientists we can bring?
Research complete.
Okay. We now start building another science ship, and then... Okay, research. The study of alien life has moved beyond mere cataloging. By examining the structures and survival strategies of organisms evolved under foreign stars, we open new avenues in medicine, adaptation, and design. Next up, ocean ecology management. Then, we have made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Stratal system. For now, we have codenamed them Apostles, until we can find out more about them. If they possess a language, we must decipher it in order to establish communications. Then you go over there. The treachery of the Whites. While some were worried at the incursion of unknown alien vessels into our space, it was not clear until now just how much of a threat the Whites posed. Seems they sent a covert force to intercept one of our cargo vessels in the Beta Caeli system, seizing the ship and escaping into the depths of space before we could mount a rescue party. We can only imagine what tortures the crew will suffer at the hands of their captors. Worrying. Let's see, the whites are those. Our sensors have detected a particularly clear repeating signal from the Apostles that seems to offer our linguists excellent material for codifying their language. They are optimistic that we will be able to make some significant progress on the back of this stroke of luck. A new Xenoist faction is formed, calling themselves the Xeno
Some
Friendship
first contact
Observatory.
missions will present options for how we wish to conduct matters. These choices can affect our diplomatic relationships with other empires for a long time.
Our attempts to learn more about the Whites have so far been in vain. While we were easily able to ascertain that they clearly form part of a technologically advanced alien civilization, further facts have proven elusive, as they seem to be going to considerable effort to prevent us and any other eavesdroppers from intercepting any signals from them. We have therefore only managed to intercept small fragments of their language so far. However, from the glimpses we have gleaned, our linguists are confident that they will be able to decipher their communications if we can just acquire a greater sample size. We will just have to keep trying. They are hostile. Xeno Friendship Observatory. Okay, now then, this science ship. We're going to put our new guy on it and have him go over here to survey. And our next tradition, a new life. Yes. For this perk, let's take technological ascendancy, I think. Or no, let's see what we've got. Yeah. Technological ascendancy looks like a good one. Now, let's see if you can go over here. The Rexaran civilizations encountered. Presence of pre-FTL alien civilization on Vilith 1 in the Vilith system. They are Iron Age. Another first contact. We have made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Vakradil system. For now, we have codenamed them Mermaids. And Lorenzo Salazar. Just a couple more left on this one. What's this?
Anomaly found.
Ah, that's our orders. FTL impact. A massive crater on Elinmi 114 appears to be the result of a collision with a starship. From the size of the crater, we suspect that a ship exiting a hyperlane at maximum velocity rammed the planet for reasons unknown, roughly 10,000 years ago. The UNS Hawking has picked up a residual subspace echoes near the crash site reminiscent of a collapsed hyperparticulate field, but as the ship itself disintegrated on impact, the theory cannot be verified.
system survey complete.
Now that we have an anomaly, let's call you back to look at it.
Situation log updated.
We have recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on Linkirk 1. From what we have translated so far of their language, we have learned that these aliens called themselves the Irasian Concordat. They were an interstellar power that held sway over this region of the galaxy a little over 1,000,000 years ago. They appear to have been six-limbed mammalians, and there are several references to some sort of plague called the Javorian Pox, which swept across their empire with devastating results, possibly leading to their extinction. Life signs have been detected coming from inside the atmosphere. One of the scientists working at the observation post orbiting TUS-4 has been reported missing. He was taking part in a covert mission to collect plant samples from the planet's surface, but did not return to the shuttle with the rest of his team. We've been conducting a limited search so as not to alert the pre-FTLs, but so far without success. Life signs have been detected coming from inside the atmosphere of this gas giant. Could it indicate the presence of some kind of biosphere? Over here. The public has been informed of a potential first contact scenario in the Stratel system, where the presence of an unidentified spacecraft was registered. Early data suggests that this vessel was capable of hyperspace travel and likely originates from a previously unknown alien civilization. Representatives from all branches of the government are being briefed on this developing situation, as well as our ongoing efforts to translate their language. Keep at it. Whites are being investigated. Apostles are being investigated. Mermaids are being investigated. Precursors, the Irasians. Cover 6 Irasian artifacts. Special project completed. So next up is form a non-aggression pact. This one. Let's jump over here. We are receiving a transmission from the Allied Vexklongan worlds. They appear to have successfully translated our language. Diplomatic channels are now open, and all hostilities between us have ceased for the moment.
Communications protocols have been established. We can now engage in diplomacy with this empire. Their current opinion of us depends on how first contact was conducted.
Okay. Militarist, fanatic materialist. We have gathered considerable data on the inner workings of your anatomy, humans. One might even say we know you inside out. As fellow star explorers, we salute you. The news that we have encountered intelligent alien life for the first time is spreading like wildfire throughout the United Nations of Earth. Our citizens are fascinated by these beings, and the media is full of our reports and speculation on their culture and society. The revelation that we are not alone in this galaxy has largely been greeted with celebration on Earth. Just like us, the aliens appear to be relative newcomers on the galactic stage, and their level of technology is similar to our own. This is a momentous occasion. Okay, that's this one, over here. Borders are closed.
Intel level of this empire is dropping. We risk losing the information we have previously gathered about them, as intel becomes stale over time.
Our linguists have recently made significant progress towards decoding the language used in the signals from the Apostles. Apparently, they now believe themselves to have a solid grasp of its fundamentals, and promise that they will be able to report further findings soon. Keep at it.
System survey complete.
Okay, need a bunch more for this. Probably because it's so far away. Instead, let's try spreading towards it.
Council agenda available.
Okay. Infinite opportunities. And now let's put you back on auto. Another one, the Hythians in Ruinam 1. They are late medieval. With a firm grasp of metallurgy and a feudal society, the printing press is accelerating the spread of knowledge. The public has been informed of a potential first contact scenario in the Vakradil system, where the presence of an unidentified spacecraft was registered. Early data suggests that this vessel is capable of hyperspace travel, etc., etc. Vakradil is here. Okay, they view us with suspicion and mistrust. Currently have tense relations. We have closed borders. We could declare war because we hate them. We're improving our relations, they are harming our relations. Okay. Once we get our guy back, let's see if we can figure out why they don't like us.
System survey complete. Research complete.
Okay. The addition of internal refineries on mining stations will substantially increase mineral production. Okay, next up. Let's go with coil guns.
Via the market screen, we can buy and sell resources. At first, this is merely an internal market, but if enough empires establish contact, I expect they might form some sort of galactic market.
Resources can be bought and sold using the trade stockpile, which acts as currency. Prices change with each transaction. Buying increases, selling decreases. Okay, since we've got a bunch of food production, let's sell some off. We did indeed discover life on Villith 4, but by our actions it has since been eradicated. Microbial creatures which lived in the outer edges of the gas giant's atmosphere reacted poorly to our deep scans. These frequencies caused each creature's cellular structure to resonate, an effect that then cascaded and spread from gas mite to gas mite. Each was rendered inert soon after. We are now in orbit over the largest graveyard in the universe. Anything be done? Okay. Special Project, Villith 4 Restoration Project. Unintended genocide modifier added.
Situation log updated.
Okay. Let's do that. The noises, a mixture of threatening booming noises and what sounds like the grinding of metal on metal, continued unabated for several minutes, punctuated occasionally by a howling noise that sent a chill through everyone who heard it. Just as Envoy Long Shen thought the noises had died down, they started up again, louder than before. With a wince, he switched the receiver off. He turned to the gathered crowd of officers, some of whom were cowering behind their seats. "Well, that was quite something," he said weakly. "It is hard to imagine the species making the noises we have picked up from the Apostles could be anything other than hostile. Naval officers already fear the worst and assume we will soon be at war with them, but calmer heads suggest we'd be better off waiting and seeing." They cannot help how they sound. We will come to understand them later. The dense tropical foliage of Nivon 4A hides what scientist Andre Tremblay of the UNS Drake calls a proto-civilization. The molluscoid beings that make up this nascent society are still far behind the evolutionary curve, but their social order seems to be underpinned by the beginnings of intelligible language and abstract thought. Scientist Andre Tremblay suggests that these particular creatures may prove a suitable testbed for technologies intended to induce rapid evolution. Something to keep in mind for the future. how about instead of doing that, you... survey this one.
Spaceborne life form encountered.
Okay, what was that one? There. Emerald crystal shards. We have detected the presence of a pre-space alien civilization on Nivon 3 in the Nivon system, the Zadrons. Atmospheric contaminants and light pollution from orbit are consistent with a densely populated machine-age society. They appear to have mastered air travel, and factories are mass-producing goods in their cities. We should consider building an observation post to study them more closely. Yes, let's do that. Once it's fully surveyed, of course. In the meantime, let's build a starbase there. So yeah, I think we don't have any anomalies. Let's do another construction ship. Another few construction ships. Okay, consumer goods are net zero. Let's buy a few of them. And another factory floor.
Anomaly found.
Okay. A colossal impact crater hints that something big collided with the surface of this moon once. Okay. Do we have anyone who isn't busy? We do. Look into that. The allied Fexclongan worlds have declared a rivalry. Let us end this charade. The language of the mermaids contains millions of seemingly redundant sounds, apparently dialectic hangovers from their precursor civilizations. When translated, these apparently superfluous filler words seem to serve no purpose other than to add linguistic flavor, or at most have only minor contextual implications. Thankfully, our linguists have narrowed down the obsolete aspects of their language, and are now compiling an abridged lexicon which should prove very useful for efficient communication with the mermaids. You know what? Let's put a spy on them. We have received our first clandestine report from Spymaster Khalil Qadari inside the Allied Fexklongan worlds. This marks the establishment of our first spy network within Xeno territory. Whenever they make a move, we stand a better chance of it playing right into our hands.
System survey complete.
Okay, let's send one of these. Over here.
Research complete.
To build a starbase. We have managed to decipher enough of the language used by the civilization we now know to be the Valert hierarchy to open communications with them and to make sense of their earlier broadcasts. It seems that, despite some initial doubts, the signals we picked up truly did form their language, which is simply uniquely unpalatable to our ears. Fortunately, we went about investigating it in a measured manner, and did respond to what many perceived to be provocation by the Valertians, a response which would surely have set us off on a poor start. This has vindicated those who advocated caution. It is always best not to jump to conclusions.
An alien empire has established communications.
I speak on behalf of the Valert hierarchy, and I come with a message for your depraved species. As long as you stay out of our internal affairs and treat our great leader, Emperor Igvi Inor I with reverence, there may yet be peace between our nations. We wish for nothing but to be friends, Valertians. Given enough processing power, networked sensors, and distributed stations, even the ocean currents can be managed to a fine level of control. Okay. Our observation post above Autumir 1 has detected an illegal settlement on the planet's surface. It appears to be some kind of outpost set up by human smugglers and other criminal elements from the United Nations of Earth. There have already been isolated incidents where the smugglers came into contact with the native pre-FTLs, some of which ended in violence. We need to act quickly to contain this situation and remove the criminals before they can cause more damage. Clear them out.
Situation log updated.
Okay, so let's get clone VATS. And then we have a special project with a time limit. Okay, we need a transport in orbit. Smugglers have established an illegal outpost on the surface of technological progression, a primitive sanctuary world under our protection. They must be removed before they cause lasting harm to the natives, to these native civilization. Typo. Okay. Let's upgrade this one first. And then, do we have transports? Okay. Automaker. Okay, let's move our ship. Let's move you to here. And they are now partially aware.
System survey complete.
Our attempts to learn more about the mermaids have so far been in vain. While we were easily able to ascertain that they clearly form part of a technologically advanced earlier civilization, they seem to be willing to considerable effort to prevent other eavesdroppers from intercepting signals from them. We just have to keep trying.
One of our envoys is now building a spy network within this empire.
The infiltration value increases over time. It grows, we get more intel. We can also launch covert operations. let's have you build a starbase there. Okay, our next tree. Diplomacy.
Empire sprawl is a measure of the territorial expanse of your empire in the form of controlled systems, colonies, districts, and total population.
Puts a strain on administrative capacity, which increases the cost of technologies, traditions, leaders, and edicts. A large mineral-rich asteroid collided with a Joggin 1A at some point during the previous 1,000 years in what must have been a major impact event. An abundance of minerals can now be found on the Moon in the vicinity of the impact crater. How about you go build a starbase there? The Urians of Duracus III were in a late medieval age. Not like we can hurt our relations worse.
Now that our spy network has reached a sufficient level, we may launch operations against this empire. These are arranged in categories with different types of operation leading to different outcomes, some more perilous than others.
Subterfuge, manipulation, sabotage, and provocation. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on with this. Actually, do we have any? No, we don't have enough intel yet.
Blocker cleared. System survey complete.
Sphere patterns of Duracus 5 are highly atypical. Our efforts to decipher the signals picked up from the mermaids have paid off, and we have finally made a breakthrough. While our mastery of their language may not be complete, we have managed to successfully open diplomatic channels with the civilization we now know to be the Pious Juhulian Union. On screen.
An alien empire has established communications.
I come with a message from the revered elder Vinav Uvipivava, the elected leader of the Pious Juhulian Union. We believe in the right of all sapient beings to fulfill their individual spiritual needs, and will brook no alien interference in this matter. They are xenophobic and fanatic spiritualists. We are delighted to meet you, Jehulians. Okay, we don't have a transport still. We don't have a way of building transports yet. At least I don't think we do.
Blocker cleared.
Okay, now that we've done this, let's build an observation post. Okay, they
Anomaly
are
found.
neutral, zero change in relations. Something has happened. Our operatives have completed their information gathering operation and have sent a dossier detailing their findings. Okay, let's see here. What was that? Intel is falling. We are receiving strange reports from our observers above Tews 4. One of the native kingdoms has rallied under a mysterious religious figure, and we have seen evidence of them using advanced technology far beyond their current level of development. Could this be related to our missing scientist? Okay. That was a lot of messages all at once. Okay, now then, let's see here. Hostile, but relations are somehow improving. We don't know why. Starbase module completed. Finish an archaeology site. Find alien life. Survey a system. Sign a research agreement. Okay, let's see if we can get more intel.
Blocker cleared.
The Valert have declared us their rival. Okay. Anomalies. The atmospheric patterns of Durakus 5 are highly atypical for a gas giant of modest size. Let's take a look into that. It is done. Miraculously, once our scientists installed the proper modifications on our vessel, they were able to recreate the initial cascade. This time the effect was different, and life started springing back up all over Villith 4 in a great wave. This process has taught us a lot about the universe, but perhaps even more about ourselves.
System survey complete. Incoming transmission.
The Otharian tribes wish to establish an embassy on Earth for the betterment of Otharian human diplomacy. Who are the Otharians? Democratic Crusaders. Closed Wars. Let's send someone to improve relations, and then maybe we can offer a migration treaty or something. Things are getting a bit tense over here, so let's pull a fleet over. Speaking of which, how's our research going? A little over a year left on our ship technologies. A little under 4 years left on our clone vats. The Otharian tribes have opened borders with us. Where are the Otharian tribes? There. What we had assumed was an abnormally small gas giant is, in fact, not. Beneath a deceptive cover of thick dust swirling in the upper atmosphere lies a regular planet. Barren planet, but a planet nonetheless. This has proven quite embarrassing to the astronomical community on Earth. Remarkable. We are too late. The smugglers on Audemir 1 have begun trading modern weapons and crude narcotic stimulants to the local pre-FTLs in exchange for precious metals and slaves. Fighting has broken out between various pre-FTL groups. Due to the high-tech weaponry now at their disposal, casualties on both sides have been horrific. The cultural contamination is irreversible at this point. This is a disaster. And
incoming transmission.
Mission accomplished over here. Form non-aggression pact. The galaxy presents enough threats without having to worry about a war between the United Nations of Earth and the Otharian tribes. We suggest entering into a non-aggression pact to mutually secure peace. Sure. Non-aggression pact. Build 3 defense platforms. Okay, let's start designing a defense platform. just happened? Ah, carrier type. Oh, wait. We could have... No, we could not have built a carrier type Corvette. Okay, and whatever it didn't do that. Ah, here we go.
System survey complete.
May as well build outposts. Nietz 2 is a near-perfect environment for the evolution of life. Its bountiful natural resources are a fertile home for a staggering variety of flora and fauna. Within this paradise, scientist André Tremblay has discovered a proto-society of intelligent molluscoid creatures, one that could prove an excellent candidate for rapid evolution. let's see what that was about. The pious Jehulian Union has closed their borders. And redefense platforms. Adopt a tradition. Observe a pre-FTL. Sign an official as governor. Let's form a research agreement once we have positive relations. Okay, and I think I'm ready to call it for tonight. I have been James, and the game has been Stellaris. Good night.